We always say the funniest stuff.
Oh, we should have kept that for the podcast.
Gentlemen.
Gentlemen.
We actually said it in the last episode.
Yeah.
That was just the fakest laugh.
Don't worry, folks. You didn't miss a fucking thing.
You didn't miss a few boxes this morning.
Ducked when I should have weaved, bro. Ducked when I should have weaved.
Oh,
What do we got? 6 days out. 5 days out. No, it's Monday. 5 days out.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's not right. 6. Maths is not
No, it's 5. It's Monday because it's Saturday. So
Yeah.
Sunday, Monday.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I did. My maths was right.
This way, give me Tuesday.
Q, what's going on, brother? How are you?
I'm good.
That's the spirit. That's the spirit. Got a few days off, bro.
Yeah, I do.
Half your luck. Take advantage of those long weekends, eh?
Definitely.
They just want to put them all together. Why can't they put them
I know,
at
that's
the
the
end of
only-
the year?
Yeah. I think there's one in the end of the year. Or
October, I
something,
think
isn't
there's
there?
one, isn't there?
Yeah.
What's that one? Queen's
a
birthday?
Probably
No,
King's birthday or
yeah.
something.
King's birthday now.
It used to. They moved that one because it used to be.
That used to be in
it's
like
the footy
June or
grand
July,
final.
eh?
Yeah.
It's on the footy grand final weekend. That's the only good thing about it.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that October or September?
End of September. I
End of
think it is.
September.
Yeah.
Fuck, I reckon we'll be going to that because I feel like my Tigers are going to be there. Oi, I'm being fucking optimistic. I'm being optimistic. They've been all over the news this week.
Is it the
Have you-
controversy?
Yeah.
Let's
So,
talk straight about that.
yeah, all right. So, unfortunately, I'm a Tigers tragic. My granddad played there for a while, years and years and years ago. But Benji's coaching. They signed this young fella from Parramatta. He was a Parramatta junior, Lockie Galvin. And he's a gun. Like, he is a gun. Without a shadow of a doubt, he's a gun. I think he played Australian schoolboys. And then he hasn't really played anything else. Like, he hasn't set the world on fire, but he's also been in a losing side at the Tigers. So, you know, they picked him up as an 18-year-old. He's now 19 this year. And they've put some time and effort into him. Now, his manager is a bloke by the name of Isaac Moses. And I guess I've probably learnt more about him in the last couple of weeks, but he is the same dude that had Mitchell Moses, who was a Tigers junior and left the Tigers. James Tedesco, same story. I believe Ryan Pappenhausen too, same story. All Tigers juniors, and they've all left the Tigers to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And there's a bit of I don't know if it's rumour or hearsay going around that this Isaac Moses bloke doesn't like the Tigers. He just doesn't like the team, and in particular, he doesn't like Benji Marshall. But Benji and the Tigers gave this young fella a start as an 18-year-old, and look, the Tigers have done the right thing by him and he's done the right thing by the Tigers. Like, he's played well and they've given him the opportunity to play well. But he, for whatever reason, hasn't wanted to stay at the Tigers. So the Tigers went to offer him a deal last week and it was a good deal, $5 million. Initially it was reported as $5 million for 5 years, but it was actually $6 million for 5 years because this year and next, which he's already contracted to, he was going to get an upgrade. So there was going to be some extra coins thrown at him over this next 2 years, plus the 5 on top of that, which is for a 19-year-old,
That's a lot of money.
Holy. And we've seen what happens with these young, really talented kids. They get money and then it just doesn't work out
Gets
for
to
them.
the head.
So, and he's largely unproven. Like, he's good. He's crazy good and he could be one of the best. But as it stands, is he worth 7 figures? Probably. No. A lot of people would probably say no. You know what I mean? And this is kind of, I don't want to say it's divided the footy world, but his manager and his team basically came out and said that he doesn't want to stay at the Tigers because he doesn't believe that his career will develop under Benji, which he's a 5'8". Benji was a 5'8". And
a good one
of the better ones. You know what I mean? Like, as far as the best Kiwi 5'8" there's ever been.
Yeah.
So it was a bit of a kick in the guts to the Tigers, bit of a kick in the guts to Benji. So they haven't made him an offer. And it really left a bit of a sour note in the club's mouth. And then the following week, he got dropped. Now, the media went straight after Benji. Oh, Benji's sour. He dropped him. But
I've heard about
it. It wasn't
actually,
Benji that dropped him. It was actually the senior playing group. They kind of got together and they were like, oh, you're not for us. You're against us. So get fucked. And that's why he got dropped. I think he might actually be playing this week. Well, he was supposed to be. But now a legal letter has gone from his team and his manager to the Tigers, legal from lawyers, accusing them of workplace bullying because the senior playing group kind of went after him as a kid.
And that's the whole thing about all those clubs have the senior playing group. And
Yeah,
you
they
gotta
do.
Look,
They
you
do.
gotta look up to them, and
You
gotta
do,
listen to what
but
they've
I
got to say.
think the catch is now it's a professional sport. It's a job. And you can't bully in the workplace at a job. You just can't do it, regardless of whether it's sport or footy and that sort of stuff. And I think that's how it's been perceived. So this is all, I think it's just become completely untenable now.
Yeah.
I think they'll just let him go. They'll release him. And I think in the backgrounds there was talk with other teams because the coach of Parramatta, he was a Parramatta junior, who's Jason Riles, has already come out and sort of, oh, yeah, we'd love to have him, if it doesn't work out, blah, 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 blah. And he just looks like there was a lot of bullshit going on behind closed doors, behind the West Tigers' backs. And now the kid's probably, I reckon he'll be at the Parramatta Eels before the end of the year.
As an employer of people,
I know, and you're 100% right, cuz.
this is what I got to say.
Character speaks volumes, doesn't it?
Character speaks volumes, and also, what if he's stirring trouble already? How much trouble is he going to fucking stir in the future?
I know. And you got to remember too, Parramatta earlier this year lost their 5'8" Dylan Brown, who's a Kiwi representative, and he signed the biggest contract that Newcastle's ever put out. He's actually on more money at Newcastle than what Kalen Ponga is.
Yeah.
1.4 million a season for 4 seasons, I think. So they've all of a sudden freed up a lot of money in their salary cap, and they're looking for a 5'8", and he's a returning junior that they want to get hold of, and they probably shouldn't let go in the first place.
Yeah.
So it
Same as
just
Cowboys and Ponga.
same with Cowboys and Ponga, 100%. So it just unfortunately, man, this is the effect that player managers are having now. There's player managers in the NRL now that are
They can
basically
ruin people's careers.
They can ruin people's careers, but they're also determining which teams are ending up with who now.
Yeah.
They've got too much power.
Too much power.
They
yeah.
really have.
And that's like I said to you on the phone the other day. They need to stop this mid-season
Shit, don't
bullshit.
they? Yeah, they've got to have a
Everything's
trade
gotta be
window
done
now,
after
don't they?
I think once the full season's done and you're into semi-finals,
Yep.
then you can
start talking about it, eh? You got that 4 or 5 month window over the off season. Get all this shit done then.
Yeah.
Because this has turned into an absolute debacle. And I tell you, I reckon, and I've always been a big Benji Marshall fan, but he's come out of this looking pretty good.
Yeah.
Because he's been mature about it.
Yep.
He's been upfront about it. He's been completely transparent with everything. He's even praised Lockie Galvin and his family. He said they're good kids, like all this bullshit in the media needs to stop. His press conference, if you want to see a coach, a young coach too, like really this is his first year or second year? First. No, second. I can't remember. But if you want to see a coach handle a press conference and a bit of a drama, well, you wouldn't find many coaches that have handled it as well as he is. The integrity he's shown has been quite outstanding.
I watched
And
when he hit. He put a follower on the other day at halfback. Must have been to replace this follower.
Yeah.
He's an older follower. He's 26 or 27. And it's going to be his first game at halfback.
Oh, is it? Fainu?
No, he's a Aussie follower.
Adam Dewey?
Oh, he
Would have been.
it didn't say his name. I just watched it, and it was pretty like it brought an apple up
Did
in
it?
my throat the way he spoke.
Yeah, right, okay.
And the follower's really like happy and upset that he got it. Not upset, but just glad he's in the team.
Yeah.
Emotional. That's the word, emotional.
He's doing really well with the Tigers, man.
Yeah.
Like I think we're sitting 8th or 9th at the moment on the table, and we're playing Parramatta today, ironically.
Yep.
We're playing Parramatta. And this is the other thing. Like, this kid has said he doesn't think that his, 10th? There you go. So he doesn't think that his career is going to, flourish under Bendy Marshall. Jason Riles, the coach of Parramatta, is a prop.
Yeah.
And Parramatta's dead last on the table right now. They haven't won a game this season, I don't think. Oh, no, they've won one. So, like, it just stinks of player management sticking their fingers
look
where
at
they
that.
shouldn't be fucking...
Roosters and Panthers.
Oh, you'd never pick it, would you?
Second and third last.
Hey, I know. You'd never pick it. I think the Panthers have discovered just how important Jerome Luai was. And I didn't think he was.
Yeah.
I really didn't. I wasn't. I mean, he's a good player to have at the Tigers. But
he's a handful.
Yeah, he really is. But I don't think the Panthers, I should say, I don't think they really banked on what he was worth to that team. And like, Cleary's still amazing. Like, I think he's still probably the best 7 in the game, even though they're not doing so well. But they just lost a few players that really fucking has hurt them.
I think someone said the other day that Cleary needs to start dumbing his game down a bit because he's sort of that far ahead of his players even.
I think
that they need.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. His brain probably does work a lot quicker. I think one of the players. Well, see, we took 3 players off him this season. So there was Jerome Luai. We took one of the ringers, Sonia Turiva, one of the Fijian boys.
Yep.
And he scored like 7 from 9 to 6 games or something, or 9 from 7 games or something. Like, he's been an absolute superstar for us since he come across. But we picked up this big prop, Terrell May, one of the May boys. He came from, I think he was a Penrith junior, but we got him from the Roosters, I think. And his game has just, as a prop, like they're talking about him in the same breath that they're talking about Payne Haas at the moment.
Yeah.
That's how good he is. He's playing 70 minutes out of 80. He's racking up huge meters. The statistics this year have just been crazy. And he wasn't really, talked about as being that outstanding. But this year, he's just gone to a whole new level, man. So it's good. It's good. We're not on the bottom of the ladder. Fuck.
You're floating in the middle.
Like anywhere except for the bottom is a win for us.
Yeah, so after, we're sticking on the sport, we might as well talk about the podcast Royale that's coming up this fucking weekend.
This weekend, 5 days
I just
away.
gave myself goosebumps.
If you haven't got your tickets yet, you're an egg.
Egg. Yep, so I don't know if there is tickets left, but go on Ticket Tech and have a look.
Yeah.
And check that out.
Gold Coast Entertainment and Exhibition Centre. The after party is at the, what's it called? The Star Casino?
Yeah,
Star?
Casino, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And also the, what do you call it? What's the before the Thursday?
The weigh-in.
The weigh-in?
Yes.
But they, what do you call it, where they talk to each other?
Face-offs.
Face-offs and all that shit.
Do they talk to each other? Yeah, there is a bit of trash talk in the weigh-in, isn't there?
Well, if I keep this talk up, I'm going to be, yeah, you eat flowers.
Oh, he's already had too many knocks to the
head. Yeah, so that's going to be on Thursday, and it's moved from the bar. It's not in the bar at the Garden Bar at Casino. It's in one of the rooms inside now. So that has changed a little bit, but it's still in the same building. So just you'll keep your eye out for the area, and still all going to happen in there. And I can't wait to have a crack.
Feeling good?
Yeah, feeling real good.
Yeah, me too.
Injuries are gone, so yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. Get it? Looking forward to it.
Not looking forward.
Not looking forward to it. That's the one.
Yeah, so that's this weekend, Podcast Royale. Get your pay-per-view, the Before the Fight.
Before the Fight?
Yeah, so B, the letter B.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Gotcha.
4,
yeah. Yep.
The Fight. That's
.com.
And check that out.
I think it's a .com.au, actually.
Yeah, so check that out. That's where you can get the pay-per-view. So beforethefight.com.au. Yep, it is. Yep. And so the number B, the letter 4, the fight.
Indeed. And on the topic of fights, shout out to the Volk.
Ooh, Volky.
Shout out to the Volk.
What a card.
Man. It was a good card.
Yeah.
It was a very good card. From start to finish, it was a very good card. But at his age, coming off the back of 2 losses, there's a lot of people saying he's the GOAT, like pound for pound GOAT in that division to do that. Because they weren't just losses. He got cleaned up.
Yeah.
I think it was 2 knockouts, those 2 fights beforehand. Was it? It was 2 knockouts, eh?
Yeah.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah, Marab and the other fella.
Yeah. And that Lopez, man, is a bit of a monster.
He's a funny shape.
Makachev and Rodriguez.
He's a funny shape, isn't he?
Who's that?
The follow just fought.
Or was it Taporia, was it?
I've seen all these names pop up here now. Now I've lost
Diego
his name.
Lopez.
Yeah, Lopez. Yeah. He's a funny shape looking dude, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's
got real skinny legs. Eh?
He has, man, but he's a bull. Like, he's a bull.
Yeah, some fight.
I reckon if you were to have them fight again in 6 months' time, there's every possibility he'd probably have.
And the thing is,
hope.
Diego's only fucking 26, is he?
No, 30.
30.
I think he's 30. Yeah, 30 or 31. He's been around for a bit longer than people think. He probably should have got a shot before he has. But Volt was just his jab, man. He won that fight on his jab alone. Hey, stiff, hard, and the timing was just absolutely outstanding. And he was letting go left hooks that if one of them, it was one of those things, if Volt wasn't such a short ass, I reckon he would have slept him in the first round because you saw this hook just come and every time it was just this far off his nose, man, eh? And he must have thrown 20 or 30 of them for the space of the fight and every one of them had intent behind it, but every single one pulled up like this fucking short. But it was a good fight, man, so good on him. Good on him. And he's a nice dude too, man.
He's the man.
He's just a good dude, eh? You know what I mean?
I didn't know cooking with Volk was a UFC
It's
fighter.
huge. Yeah, Yeah, I know, right?
He's gonna be the next Oliver.
He's gonna
what's
be
his name?
someone.
Oliver.
Oh, mate, he's going to be one of
Damien
those.
Oliver.
Jamie Oliver.
He's going to be one of those dudes post-fight
Damien.
career.
I said Damien. He's a horse jockey, isn't he?
He's a jockey, just as small.
You're gonna eat the horse.
I saw a cool thing about Volt when he was playing footy because he played in the front row.
we sent it to
You
you
sent that to me,
yesterday.
didn't you? He's 5'7",
playing
playing
front
in the
row.
front row at like nearly 100
And
kilos.
you can see him run. He can run.
He can motor.
He got into the clear and he just
But he
burned
just
everyone
had
off.
engine.
Yeah.
They reckon he played all
The
game,
whole
every
game,
game.
yeah.
And he never ran out of steam.
Yeah, they reckon he walked out on the field and everyone's laughing. And by the end of the game, they're like, holy shit.
Yeah, I know.
Can
Just kept
someone
those little legs
pull him
turning
off the
over.
field.
Man. Yeah. You know what I mean? And elite athletes are elite athletes, aren't they? No
Yeah.
matter what they're playing, they just seem to have it. And it's all between the ears, isn't it?
Mm.
That's what separates all those
Yeah.
guys from the rest of us laymen's. Is what's between the ears.
Yeah.
That grit and determination that they just won't back off. Yeah, Paddy Pimblett was another one, eh? He was good, man.
the baddie.
He was really good because he cleaned up Chandler comfortably.
Yep.
There wasn't a part of that fight that Chandler looked like he was going to get on top from start to finish,
just
man.
the scouser in him.
Scouser.
The scouser.
Yeah.
It's a Scouser.
You know, come here,
knocked out.
I think everyone's finally gone, oh, okay, maybe he's a bit of a
up
gun.
there.
Yeah. I think he turned a lot of
I
heads.
I think his next fight would have to be Oliveira to really,
Yeah.
because they do similar and
They're the same sort of fighter.
They're both bigger in the division.
Yeah,
I reckon
Yeah.
that'd be probably the fight that he needs.
it'd be a good fight.
Yeah.
It'd be a very good fight, actually. I think he'd get him. He just moves forward, man. He's like a little Terminator, eh?
He reminds me of Brody Miyalki's another
He does.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another one like him in the
Yeah.
future. He'll
Yeah.
be just like him.
Yeah.
Have you seen Paddy's off season? He has
Paddy
an
the
off
fatty.
season, bro.
Paddy the fatty.
All these other fighters, like in their off season, they're still ripped, they're still fit. That dude lets himself go. Like
He's sponsored by the bakeries around the area.
100% he is. Loves it.
I got a little bit of pub ammo for you.
Yeah,
Just
shoot.
popped up in my head before I lose it.
Yeah,
'cause,
go. What do you got?
They come in and they fall out. You know who's the biggest industry in Australia? What the biggest industry in Australia is?
Biggest industry in Australia. Tourism?
No.
No?
I've just heard this, so don't Google it. Don't Google it. See
Okay.
what pops up.
Mining?
No.
What is it?
Bakeries, I heard.
Google says something else.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you think about it, every town has a frigging bakery. Look at our little
the
town.
healthcare industry, but I heard a thing the other
Yeah,
day
but that's-
that it's the
That's government, though.
Yeah. I don't know if it's GDP or what, or somehow it's the bakeries are the biggest because every town's got.
The bakery industry is significant and growing sector diversity area. Yeah, it would be. Look how many towns have we've got what 3 or 4 bakeries in our little town.
$4.7 billion
In bakeries.
in bakeries. Yeah.
Shit hours though. Shit hours. Like I love a good bakery though. What's your go-to at a good bakery?
Pie.
Is it?
Straight to the pie.
Always.
Or-
Oh man, mine's those friggin' long jam and cream donuts.
yeah.
Have you seen?
Oh, I
that
love
guy on
those sons of
TikTok
bitches.
who
Yeah. And he
just
just,
boom,
I think
one
he
bite
tries
or
to get
2
him in like 2
bites?
bites every cream donut. But I've been hanging out to get to the Kenilworth Bakery out west of Brizzy there because
Yep.
they do a 1 kilo jam cream donut. 1 kilo.
One
It's
kilo.
it's a unit, bro. Yeah. Oh my god, that's worth a road trip.
I've had a bit of a conversation with Jimmy Judge. He's heading up this way, so we might be able to get him on here.
Oh yeah.
Might have a banana eating competition.
That dude,
just
man.
can't stare him in the eyes while we're eating them.
Like I've gone to a few places over the years that have like eating challenges. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you have a crack at it, and like, and that dude just shovels food. But have you ever noticed with a lot of those eating champion kind of people,
They don't look like eating champions.
they're not often big humans, eh? Like they're not real big fat things like you'd think they'd be. A lot of them are real
Yeah.
kind of slim, like ectomorph
Yeah,
type
well, like
people.
Jimmy Judge, he's just a solid sort of dude. He's not. Yeah.
No, he's not a giant at all.
No.
Speaking of physiques, I've got one for you. So this was released. This was released about a week and a half ago by our mate over in the States, Donald Trump, because he's all about figures and statistics, and he released he can't even say this with a straight face. So he released his figures from his latest physical because he wanted the world to know how healthy he is and how well he's doing. The dude is just incredible. Like he can just sit there and fucking lie. Like he can lie through his teeth. And like it's nothing. Like he'll say it like
7 foot time.
Wait. So I've just got the results from my physical, and the doctor said it's the best he's ever seen. He's never ever seen a man of my age with these kind of figures. So I'm 6'3". I'm 224 pounds of just muscle, really, because I only have 4.8% fat.
That's not what it says.
Yeah.
4.8.
4.8.
This dude, like you can't just. And I reckon there's probably 50% of the American people that go, yeah, he is.
Yep.
That's my Donald.
That's why I dodged that bullet.
Big D. yeah. Because if he was 225 pounds, that bullet would have got him.
Got him.
Like the shit he said. I've been watching a bit of it lately, and you can't fathom it. You can't fathom it. I've got 70 countries. They all want to make deals. They're calling me. They're kissing my ass. They all want to make deals, and they're just kissing my ass. He said that in a press conference. Like the president of America came out and fucking said that. It's awesome. It's like the best fucking sitcom you could ever watch.
I have been watching a bit on it, and they say China's squeezing a little bit because guess where most 16% of their trade goes?
Oh, the States.
The States.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
And you know who like closest are? There's like Japan, Korea. They're the second closest, and they're at 4%.
But they're also the ones that are all teaming up together. That's the thing. They're just finding different markets, and it's. I still think that this is hurting the US more than it's hurting anybody else.
Well, I have been doing little bit more watching just to see on the China side of things, and
it's stinging them.
Yeah,
like I mean,
stung.
they just pulled
16% of all your markets gone.
Well, they just pulled like China out of spite or whatever you want to call it. They just pulled their contract with Boeing. And they've got something like 2,500 aircraft on order.
Yeah.
And they had a group of aircraft get flown over for delivery, and they went, no.
Yeah. And the
We're
other
not
one
taking it. So it's interesting, man.
Yeah,
Like
and that's what they said, that there's going to be no flying, and there'll be stuff all planes in China if they keep doing that sort of thing too. Like,
but there's
they've done stuff in the past as well that have had the same implications, and they're not learning from them. Like, this is what China has done stuff like this before.
Yeah, okay.
And they've done implications like that. I can't remember. Well, I watched one yesterday, and it just sort of I was asleep on the couch with one eye open. So
that's when we do our best research, bro.
and I looked at them like, and they said they did in like 2010 some sort of trade embargo thing, and it fucked China
did it?
over. Fucked
I guess
over.
it just comes down to who's going to blink first.
And that's all it is. That's what they're waiting for.
Who has the money to not blink first?
Yeah.
And I think that's where China probably holds the upper hand, because the US just has so much debt. And eventually debt comes back to bite you. Do you know what I mean?
The only thing that's different is China has a lot of people, and that'll come back to bite them.
Yeah, look, that's true too.
and
supporting a population that
well,
big.
they're starting to do have like riots and that in China now, where they never ever have them because you're not allowed to.
Well, they shoot them.
Yeah, but now they're actually.
That's one way to reduce the population.
I think a lot of people they're actually like they're getting enough together where they can't shoot.
It's starting to hurt them, is
50,000
it?
people.
Yeah, true.
So
well,
you have to do it in numbers.
They shouldn't. They shouldn't shoot 50,000 people. Yeah, it's turned the world on its head. It really has, and I just don't. I don't know. Like, in a way, I understand what his game plan is, but it's a risk.
Yeah, I think they had to do it. America had to do it because they were just going down that same slippery slope.
But where, at the end of it, good or bad, where does it leave them as far as having relationships around the world?
Well, that's the thing. They're going to turn themselves back into the superpower, and then they're going to be like, "Hey, you got to deal with us," sort of thing. That's the way the humans work. We're just fucking assholes. It's the way the world works.
You
can't just be friendly with everyone and have a good old trade time. It's got to be you got to hold something against someone and threat of war or something like that.
Well, that's the thing that they do, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just threat of war.
Yeah, just flexing muscles.
That's all. It's just when you've got a military like that, it's just the threat of war.
Yeah.
And that's how they make all their money.
Definitely, 100%.
Shitty way to make money, though.
And that's it for politics.
That's it for politics. We're done. That's it. That's it for here, Mr. Trump. So I've got one for you, and this is the States, and this is war and that sort of stuff. But
Damn, I just said no politics.
I know, no, but this isn't politics. So, did you know that after September 11, there was a whole heap of songs that were banned? You hear about this? I never knew this, right? I never knew this. But they went out, the US, basically from radio and media and all that sort of thing, on September 12, banned a bucket load of songs. And I think there was like 260 of them. I don't know how many. 164 songs were banned the next...
Midnight Oil.
The next... So
Beds are burning.
I'll just go through a few. I've got the list here, right? So Shot Down in Flames by AC/DC. Safe in New York City by AC/DC. Down in a Hole by Alice in Chains. Fire by Arthur Brown.
But where were they banned?
Falling for the First on any media platform in the US. No radios could play them. Like all these songs. Eve of Destruction by Barry Maguire. Like, Only the Good Die Young by Billy Joel. They just went nuts and just banned I'm on Fire by Bruce Springsteen. What's the Worst That Could Happen by Brooklyn Bridge. Oh, this is awesome.
Beastie Boys, Sure Shot.
Sure Shot, yeah.
Beastie Boys, Sabotage.
Foo Fighters, Learn to Fly. This is too good. I've never heard this. Jerry Lee Lewis, Great Balls of Fire. John Mellencamp, I'm on Fire.
They even got Cat Stevens, Peace Train.
Oh my goodness gracious me. I never knew this. I mean, it makes perfect sense. Rock
the Casbah.
Ozzy Osbourne's Suicide Solution.
What about that one? The Cult Firewoman.
Oh my God. Peter, Paul and Mary leaving on a jet plane.
Drowning Pool. Let the bodies hit the floor.
Yeah, let the bodies hit the
Bits and pieces.
You can see why. You can see Bullet with Butterfly Wings by the Smashing Pumpkins.
Filter, hey man, nice shot.
Oh man, Steve Miller, Jet Airliner.
The Gap, you dropped the bomb on me.
We shouldn't laugh at this shit. So if you Google it, folks,
Stairway to Heaven.
Tom Petty, Free Fallin'.
All right, let's get off this.
We're going to get crucified for this. There's some good songs in there, though.
I hope they get clipped up. We're going to get fucking crucified
I know.
if we get this.
We really are.
Up.
Anywho.
We'll get some views anyway.
Oh, my jaw's sore now. So's my tooth.
So did you have? You want to do some more pub ammo? Got any more?
Oh yeah, I have. I've got all sorts of weird and wonderful shit. Okay, so you ever heard of the? I'm going to pronounce this completely wrong. I'll crucify the pronunciation. Chicxulub crater. You ever heard of the Chicxulub crater? CHICXULUB. So this crater is off the Yucatan Peninsula on Mexico, right?
Yep.
And they reckon there's like all this evidence that this crater is what made the dinosaurs go extinct.
Is it? It's fucking perfectly round.
It is perfectly round. It's 150 kilometres across and it's 20 kilometres deep. And they reckon that was the asteroid that would have caused the
20 kilometres deep, like it's full of water, or is it?
Yeah. It's underwater basically. There's parts
So that's
of
the
it
deepest part of the Earth then.
Hey,
20 kilometres deep. It's 7 Mile is the.
no,
Mariana
isn't the
Trench, isn't
Mariana
it?
Trench
7?
deep?
Seven
Yeah, how
mile?
can it be 20 kilometres deep? Because the Marianas. How deep is it? What does it say? Oh no, 10 kilometres deep.
Chicks with lube. Chicks need
Crater
lube.
is estimated 1 kilometre deep. Sorry, my bad. I don't know where I got 20 from. That's why you Google shit. So it's 200 kilometres across and 1 kilometre deep. And it sits like mostly in the ocean, but there's a ridge line on the coast that kind of is part of it. And that, they can tell that because of the dating. You know how they can date
Carbon
it?
dating. Yeah.
Carbon dating and all that sort of stuff, because they carbon date it back to the same time frame. And there has never been a dinosaur fossil or skeleton found above that layer. And that's how they know that was the impact that caused it.
Yeah.
Because there's never been one found above that layer of sediment or carbon or whatever it is that they've been.
Well,
So that's the fucker that did it. And caused this massive. They reckon the water would have gone up by 300 metres in about 24 hours.
Around the whole Earth.
Around the whole, just would have spread like a giant tidal wave all around the whole world. And that's why, like, our Great Barrier Reef out here used to be rainforest.
Yep.
That's why it's turned into what it has turned into, because going back a couple of thousand years or whatever it was, that rainforest would have been where we are now, or the
I'm
equivalent.
saying that would have hit and caused an ice age, though.
Well, it would have. Yeah, absolutely it would have. It would have shot the whole world into just
You would have had 10 years of bloody
Freezing.
not seeing the sun.
Yeah. Yep. And that's also where this whole argument for the Egyptians and all this lost technology and that sort of thing, because if you think about where everybody lives, we all live on the coast, or a vast majority of the population globally all live on the coast. So if you have a water rise, and they reckon it rose 300, so you'd imagine that the initial wave would have been
a couple of kilometres.
Yeah, it could have been a kilometre higher. It could have been 500 or 600 metres high. So it would have gone around the planet and just wiped out. I mean, it could have wiped out 90% of just everything, hey?
Definitely.
And then it's all settled back down to a certain level. But by that stage, any civilizations or anything on the coast would have been completely wiped out. It'd be the same now.
I just bought a block of land last week, actually, up on top of Mount Bartle Frere. 1,600
Planning
metres
ahead.
up.
Planning ahead, bro. Planning
Doomsday
ahead.
prepper.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't even be safe with that. 1,600 metres.
So there you go. And I've got some other ones here, like more pub ammo. Close but no cigar. You know where it come from?
No, I don't.
All right. So back in the day when they used to have like fairs, like old English times, and they had like fairs. What do we call them now? Shows, like, you know, your royal shows and that sort of stuff. They would have prizes. You know what I mean? But the top prize was always kind of just for adults. And often, back in those days, the top prize was a cigar.
Cigar.
And if you missed out, you were close, but no cigar. And they wouldn't let the kids win the cigars. They probably did. Kids walking around. Remember back in the day when you could buy ciggies for your folks?
Yeah, go down, because the people in the shop knew you as well. Like, that's Mary's son. She has Winnie Blues.
Yeah, that's right. I remember going to shops and buying ciggies for the olds.
Yeah.
Back when I was, I don't know, 12, maybe younger. Probably younger. Actually, now that I think about it, probably younger. Yeah, man. There you go. useless pieces of information.
And I just don't have, like, some people, how they take up smoking. The first cigarette would always taste like shit.
I just...
And then say, let's have another one to make sure. And that one would taste like shit. Let's have another one. Oh, it's getting better. Let's have another one. It still tastes like shit, but it's getting better. Like, how the fuck? And I've never met a person who smokes that doesn't want to quit. Or a person on meth. Have you ever met a meth head go, oh, I'm on the meth. None of them say it.
I want to get off it next week. Payday comes in. I'll start next week. Yeah, cigarettes. I lost my old man because of smoking and that sort of stuff, and I've just never understood it. Look, I've tried a couple of cigarettes and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, everyone tries.
Everyone tries it, but it genuinely tastes like shit.
Yeah, the head spin's not bad at the start.
Oh yeah, but I mean, if you want a head spin, smoke a joint. At least you get a proper head spin. Jesus,
no, that's just fucking one of those songs. Down in a hole. That's me, like this. Face down, don't want to talk to people.
The ADHD in me comes out. I'm up for a mission. Let's go fishing.
Up for a mission. Let's go get some food.
Yeah, I'm shocking for the munchies. Something terrible. Yeah. Anyway,
so you got a comeback story. You said,
comeback stories. That was the other thing I've got, because I was watching something online. Have you ever seen Kathy Freeman's stall gift run?
No, but I watched that Gout one yesterday.
That was a good race, from the stall. So, but if you don't,
I don't know if because that was a. I'm trying to see if I could find it. Can you have a look if you can find it? The stall. What's it called?
Stall gift. STAWELL. And it's the most expensive foot race in Australia every year. I don't know if it's the most expensive worldwide, but they offer big prize money and that sort of stuff. But it goes on a handicap setup. Yeah. So the faster your qualifying time, the more of a handicap you get. But then I think the more you win. I'm not positive on that, but I think that's how it works. So the Stall Gift is the oldest and richest short distance running race. There you go. Easter weekend every year down in the town of Stall. That's where the name comes from. And they have different lengths. Like it says 120 metres there, but they have different lengths because it's all on a handicap setup. And they do.
How do they figure out the handicap?
Oh, I have no idea. I think it's got to do with your qualifying time, because they have heats.
Yeah.
So it goes off your qualifying time.
Because they all should just run even over the.
Well, you'd think so, but that's where the money comes from.
Yeah.
That's where it's been dealt to a horror final, a semi-final. There you go. Get a tough semi-final.
It looks like, did he win it?
I know he won his heat.
Yeah,
he smoked his heat.
Yeah.
Oh, ridiculous. So, but coming back to comeback stories, right? Going back in, I think it was 1996 or thereabouts, maybe 94. Kathy Freeman ran in it, but she ran in the 400. So they do the 100, they do the 400. I think they even do the 200 or something like that. She was only 16 at the time when she ran it, man. The handicap she got was absurd. Like, her handicap would have been the best part of 100 metres behind a bunch of grown women who were all sprinters in their day. Do you know what I mean? And she has come from miles. Like, when they go around the second to last bend, she's not even in the camera angle.
Yeah.
That's how far back she is. And then as they come around that last bend, she creeps into position, 54-metre handicap.
99.6 there.
54-metre handicap over a 400-metre race, bro. And she come back and won. And she won by about 6 yards.
Fuck.
Over everyone. And then she was only 16 at the time. Like, crazy.
So how do, if they handicap the 400, she's got to start and she actually runs the full 400.
She runs the full 400 and the other people run
shorter.
less.
Yeah.
So the least distance somebody ran in that race would have been 346 metres, and she ran the 400.
Yeah.
And still won.
Well, half a football field.
and then 5 years later, 4 years later, She won the Sydney Olympics. It was 2000 Sydney Olympics, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's one.
So 4 years later, she come and won the Sydney Olympics, which is pretty freaking outstanding. And it just got me thinking about comeback stories. The other one I could think of, comeback, Winx, the horse. That freaking animal won every race from nearly last.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like she just did, or I should
starter.
say. Shit starter, or I don't know if it was shit starter or she was just so supremely confident in her ability to finish races that she'd get to that last 400 of every race and just 33 races in succession, man. 25 Group 1s that horse won. She won 37 of 43 career starts. And I don't think they actually paid a big amount of money for her. I don't think she was like really on anyone's kind of earnings. $26 million, bro.
I got a something for you. Pub Ammo actually has shares in a horse now.
Hey?
Yeah, we have shares in a horse.
Which horse? My horse?
The two flogs put a horse up.
Oh, did they?
Called Silent Call.
Yeah.
We're 2% owners. 2% owners of Silent Call. So check out Two Flogs, their podcast, and they actually
Silent Call, racehorse profile. All right, here we go.
Let's have a look at it.
Here we go.
I sent through some pictures yesterday. It's actually that's what I want you to have a look at it, see what do you think of it? Because you're the horse boy.
Chestnut gelding, is it?
Yep.
Yep, 3-year-old gelding, career record, 2-0. Prize money, $9,000.
About to make a lot more. Yeah, so Silent Call, it's down in Murbar, where I was born.
Yeah, okay, is it?
That's where it's located. It's going to be racing around
in
that
the bar.
area.
We're going to have to keep an eye on this.
Yeah, so I've got to keep an eye on it.
Going to have to keep an eye on this. Speaking of horses, I actually have a cunt of the week this week, and it's horse related. We had to put my favourite horse down. And that's like, it's not really a cunt of a week, but it is a cunt of a week.
Oh, it's always a cunt when you
I don't even like the other horses. He was the only little bloke I liked. We had a little mini horse named Trigger, and he was just such a good little horse. One of those horses that you could just bring anyone's kids around, chuck him on the back. We never looked at our kids when they were sitting on him.
Yeah.
He just did his thing. If he could have lived in the house, I would have let him live in the house.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, age got to him. And he just had to go to that big stable in the sky. So I hope he's got plenty of carrots up there because he loves them. And that's my cunt of the week.
All horses love carrots for some reason. What do they like? Is it sugar
Probably
content?
the sweetness.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just eat them for the shape. So, Trig, you'll be sorely missed, mate. I'm stuck with all these other nags that I don't even like. Except for a Silent Call.
We got Silent Call. Don't you go to the sky yet, mate.
Just when I thought I'd gotten rid of a horse, gained another one. Damn it. You stitched me up, you prick.
So we've got a Morgan has sent in a recording. I actually haven't even listened to it. So
no, neither have I. So this was, but I know what this is.
I've got it here.
Have you? Yeah, give it a run. So we were talking about medical, embarrassing medical stories a wee while back. More so, getting fingered. And I believe he's got one.
We'll see if this pops up anyway.
G'day, fellas. I'll try and keep it quick. I got accused of talking too long by Tony once before. Anyway, we had to hear about Jai's butthole. We had to hear about one of Taz's balls, so I thought, why not add some cock to the mix? Google priapism. And those that can't Google, priapism ultimately means a boner that won't go away.
Jeez.
Back in 2015, staying in a staff house, a couple of Canadians we were working with that can get all the good shit that we can't. So they take a couple of these. They're for sad people, but they also make you sleep really well. They also didn't tell me that there was a 1,000 chance of it giving you priapism as a side effect. Anyway, woke up in the middle of the night with a bloody fatter cat couldn't scratch. Didn't think too much of it. Woke up about 7, 8 o'clock, same deal. By about lunchtime, this thing still hadn't gone away, and I'm starting to panic. Called an at-home doctor after trying everything else. I tried bloody rubbing out more than I've probably ever rubbed out in a day. I've been to the chemist to try and get some pseudo because the Google machine said pseudo could help. The Asian chemist lady, she just looked at me funny. Anyway, ended up at the PA hospital in the ER. Guy over the counter, thank Christ, knew what I was talking about. Indian doctors didn't. Got a blood
lollipops?
sample because they wanted to check for cell death. That's when I really started working up a sweat. Cell death, thinking my old fella was going to drop off. After about an hour and a half with them, can't work out what's going on. Google machine again. They took me out the back, made me run up and down the fire escape stairs. Within about 45 seconds to a minute, it was gone. Hour later, urologist turns up who was very passable, and this, of course, what always happens, can I see it? And I had to flop out one of the most defeated looking slugs Australia's ever seen. Anyway, it was good times. Hasn't happened since, but every time I crack a fat, I just have that little bit of worry in the back of my mind.
Is it going to go away?
It's going to be the one that doesn't go away.
On you, Morgan. That's a good one.
Morgan's organ.
He's a big man with a little organ, was it? What was he?
Oh, that'd be the worst.
Himself?
Yeah, big M, little organ. Oh, that'd be the worst.
Oh, man, trying to get rid of that.
It'd get painful, though. Surely
Yeah, it
it'd
would.
get painful. You know what I mean? Like, well, I've seen a few over the years. I've seen a few, like,
I've noticed. You just walk straight into that.
yeah. No, another one I've always dreaded because I've heard about a few herniated testicles. That'd have to hurt, man. You know when they
twisted
get twisted nut because that. You know what I mean?
Well, the one that I sort of had was like that, but it was something blocked, and it fucking felt like that. And my ball, it was just swelling up, and you had to walk like you had a bowling ball between your legs.
Oh, nothing worse.
Nothing worse.
Well, I mean, there probably is, but
Yeah.
not that I can think of anyway. What else you got? What else you got, big fella?
No, you also said about comeback stories. My comeback story is a little bit different. I built this house, cyclone, Yazi came through and been a bit of stuff. Anyway, I got the people out who put the windows in. It was only not long after I built the house. It was probably still under warranty and stuff. And I said to them, these here, I can't open this door anymore. It's a bit bent and stuff, and I don't know like how you go with warranty and stuff like that. And they're like, oh, before we go any further, the last owner of this company passed away, so we changed everything. So everything that he had under his name is out of warranty. And I'm like, oh, thanks for that. That's awesome.
That's handy.
Even though you got the pretty much same truck, cars, business
yeah.
building, everything's all the same.
Yeah.
Same people, everything. But
Stitch
just
up.
Bit of a stitch up. So I'm like, oh, is that right? And they're like, yeah. I said, I said, yeah, because that's pretty sad. I said, see that window up there, the big triangle one up above in there? I said, what do you reckon that's worth, like, to get put in? And they're like, oh, now $4,000 to $5,000. I said, yeah, I never got the bill for that.
Did you not?
Didn't get the bill for it. I'm like, but apparently you have changed your finance and your company, so there's no one to pay.
Did they try and backpedal on it?
No, they were just like, cunt. Yeah. So that was my comeback, like a bit of a comeback. See, I'm laying them flat now because we've got to reuse them now.
Nice
so
one.
that was a bit of a comeback, that like where you sort of got fucked over by someone but did the fucking back.
Well, I noticed, and we've talked about this on here before, speaking of getting bent
Sorry,
over.
I swore
Getting
again.
bent, yeah, see, you said the bad word. I said getting bent over by people. I spent a bit of time on your farm this morning.
Yeah.
And I don't know jack all about bananas. I'll tell you what I do know, though, is you talk about the waste, like we've talked about the waste on here before. I didn't get it until I saw it.
Yeah.
And we did, by standards, I'm guessing we did sweet FA this morning, really, didn't we? Like that was just a little
One
bit
load,
of literally like, and we didn't even do the whole load, did we? We just did like a bit of a bit. And the amount I saw that you had the biff,
Yeah.
far out.
Yeah, the old waste trailer lately, this time of year is really bad with the, because you get a lot of, in February, because it's sort of January, February for stuff we're cutting now.
Yeah.
You get a lot of really hot days and a lot of rain.
Yeah.
So it really affects the fruit and the trees. And all that passes on into where you got to cut and pack it. And so right now, all the markings on the fruit and bronzing, it's just where the fruit grows a bit too quick for itself because the sun came out and then it got a bit humid. So then it's just makes the fruit look absolute shit. So this time of the year, the bananas are at their worst because we're just copying weather at its worst.
Yeah. But there's nothing actually wrong with the fruit.
No,
is it?
you can actually eat
It's just a physical thing. It's just a appearance thing.
Yeah.
Just
so
a look thing.
It's just like a bit of a rusty stain over the banana. And doesn't change the taste, flavour, none of that. But you cannot sell that fruit.
Oh.
Because as you go into a shop and you see a nice yellow banana, then you see that rusty red one, which one are you going to grab?
But, I mean, by the time, like, in Woolies every day, I still see fruit that's starting to get a little bit on and it's starting to go brown and that sort of stuff. They still have it on the shelves. Like but I couldn't get over it.
Yeah, so that's, we probably, at the moment, probably thrown away 30% of the bunch.
Far out. Because I was watching yours and I was just, it dead set. It shocked me.
Yeah.
It really shocked me. And that's just in one shed in one part of the country. Like you think about all the other fruit that falls in the same thing. I think oranges I've seen a fair bit over the last couple of years, like orange farmers having a biff.
Pretty much most. I've seen the seconds from the avocado farm. There's nothing wrong with them.
Nothing.
And you're just like, and that's the second.
Yeah. Completely, absolutely nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
And we're just biffing it. And then we hear about people going hungry, and it's like, far out, man. You know?
So that's just the whole industry. But the thing is, if we send that fruit, it's just going to bring the price down of all the fruit.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I get it. It's you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't.
The thing is, at the end of the day, we're growing them to make money, not growing them to give them away.
No, I know. Yeah, that's exactly right. It's just but when you look at that on a national perspective across all the things that we grow in the country, the waste would be huge.
Yeah.
Like you think about like broccoli and cauliflower and spuds. Potatoes would be a big one. Like how do they measure that?
Yeah, potatoes are probably one of the, they can get away with a bit more just because they're washed and, I don't know, they're under the ground, so there's not exposed as much. I don't know.
Yeah. They're probably a little bit more lenient because, I mean, you get dirty potatoes in the stores,
They send all the shit ones to the chip factories.
Oh, do they?
Probably
of course
chip
they
them all
would.
up.
Yeah, of course they would. Yeah, right. Yeah. Anyway, I thought I did a pretty good job.
Yeah, no, you learn how to hang bananas. Yeah. And also we made a little video, so we might put that up sometime.
Took me about 15 minutes.
It should actually be up by now, so that'll be on Pubemo. So check out. Jai did a bit of stuff in the bananas. And
everybody was kung fu fighting.
Mr. Miyagi was here. Okay. I don't know what that's at.
Shit was fast as lightning. Anyway, you're the singer. Not me.
So what else we got? We got comebacks. Oh, the B double. We've got end to all the sagas.
We do. You do.
We've all been sorted.
Me. I don't know why I'm getting on this.
Both companies have sorted us out now, so no more bagging those companies out.
Okay. Yep. Well, I mean, I'm not going to bag them out, but it took 6 months to sort you out. Well, one of them did.
Yeah,
the other one sorted you out pretty quickly.
Pretty quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And do they have GPSs in their car now, or
I think they still do, but because it was late at night, old mate wasn't going to get up and have a look at his computer to see where he was. So he's just like, keep going.
Look, I've got to be honest though, like you don't have to look at a GPS to realise you're in the wrong spot. Like all he had to do was probably look out the front window. Like that's all he had to do.
Yeah.
Look out the fucking window. Like, this is obviously someone's driveway. I'm not going down there. Oh, this is obviously somebody's banana farm. You know, when you're on dirt and it's B double, like at some stage you go, oh.
Might pull up and have a look.
Yeah. Might go for a walk first. Jesus Christ.
But I'm a truck driver. I don't walk.
Yeah. You can tell by their waistline.
Probably the only other thing I would talk about is my young fella's gotten into fishing. All of a sudden, he's just got the fishing boat. And yeah, I'm just like, holy, I've I've got me son back.
Round of applause. Round of applause.
Got him off the computer gods.
Yeah. Yep.
And he's back. He's back in action now. I took him barra fishing there on Friday, and we got 3 barra. So
they were all right too. What were they? 60s, 70s?
Yeah, probably one I got was 75, I reckon, and his would have been about 65 and 50 or something.
Yeah, sweet.
So yeah, we had one for Good Friday dinner.
Yeah, nice.
And as I said to you today, I don't actually think I've ever filleted a barra before.
I know. I find that
because I always
quite
release them.
Yeah.
Because I've got trout in the fridge.
Well, we've always got reef fish. Yeah, I know. We were, and we're not trying to shit on any of the barra fishermen around the country. I get it. Like, they're a great fun fish to catch. But for my money, if you've got the choice between fishing a muddy river full of crocs and mozzies or the Great Barrier Reef, I'm going the reef.
Yeah.
It's just me.
What were we
You said it. I didn't say this. You said the next part. I didn't say this.
I just know a lot of the barra fishermen who fish estuaries, they're a little bit different. Spectrumy?
Spectrumy, you reckon?
Yep.
Well, they get right into it.
Yeah, I was going to say something else.
Yeah, I know you will. I'm waiting for you to say it. I'm staying right the fuck out of this. I'm leaving this on your shoulders, cuz.
We'll just stick to the spectrum.
Let's just say they're just wired a little bit different. I saw something online earlier today, and I wish I had a screenshot of it, but I didn't. But apparently there's talk that DPI or fisheries want to start banning live scope.
I've heard about that.
Yeah.
I've just ordered one.
I know. Because they reckon it's just an unfair advantage. I think that's bullshit. That is a bullshit call.
I've been watching Pelagic Pursuit, if you watch him.
Yeah.
And he went down Rockhampton about this time last year.
Hit the Fitzroy?
Yeah, his videos there are pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah, check them out, the size of the barra he catches.
And same with those Pasco boys.
Yeah, Pasco boys.
Check the Pasco boys out. I reckon of all the people around the country that are catching horse barra on the regular, it's those guys. But all these guys are releasing them.
Yeah.
And then you take into account that there's no netting on the East Coast now as well.
But also taking into account, those boys stayed down there for 3 days. They put probably 2 grams worth of stuff into the economy of...
Yeah.
And then bought boats, bought live scan, bought all that.
Yeah.
Never ate none of it. Never took anything from that river.
So many of us are just catching and releasing now.
Yeah.
You know, so to then crack the shits, like, and
leave them alone.
Yeah, that type of thing. Yeah. Like, I mean, no one's keeping them. Yeah. All these big barra, everyone's chucking them back. And the ones that are getting kept to your, 60s to 80s.
Yeah. And I didn't really, it was only because it was Good Friday and you're not supposed to eat meat, red meat that day. So that's why I did it.
Yeah, I had Good Friday.
Some people
Good
do it
Friday.
on
I think
Good Friday. You don't. You're not supposed to eat meat.
Yeah, no, but I had a T-bone. It tasted a bit fishy.
It was a goodest Friday.
That cow's name was Friday.
Yeah. So it got on the water and that's me again. Got on the water and we caught a couple. Then I said, we'll go. I said, you want to go back up the river and we can catch more barra, or do you want to go somewhere? He goes, let's go to the harbour, Dad. I said, you sure? I said, the harbour's fun. Shit. And he's like, yeah, no, let's go there. And we went up there and we caught one mouth and mighty. Have you ever seen them before?
Yeah, big gobs on them, oh.
Google that. The mouth on this thing would have been as round as that.
Yeah.
Easy.
And the fish was as long as that.
And the fish was as long as that.
Yeah.
And they got like an eel, mouth almighty, I think they're called.
Yeah, you said this and I was like, oh, you sure it's a mouth almighty? Because A-double-L. Or A-L, I think it is. There it is. Glossamia.
Oh, it's not that.
No, I didn't think it was either, because they're a freshwater fish.
No, it wasn't that. That's that's what we used to call them, but they're just like a cod, but they got a fucking huge mouth.
Gob on them.
And they're only they got nearly like an eel type body. It's nearly not fishy. I don't know what it was.
Kind of like a mud cod.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah, right. Apparently there is some...
I think I've got a video of it here somewhere. A picture of it.
Creepy looking bloody things they are, aren't they?
I think Ash is actually...
They've got, they're good barra bait, those things, those mouth almighty, especially in the impoundments and that sort of stuff, like up in Tinaroo. They're real good barra bait.
So it wasn't a mouth almighty. I thought it was. It wasn't. Some sort of cod that has a really big mouth. And then we caught a big estuary cod.
Yeah, it was a good fish, actually.
Yeah.
They're not bad eating, those estuary cod, eh? They're okay.
And that's what Kate goes, oh, did you bring it at home? I said, no, I've got trout in the fridge again.
Yeah, I know. Well, when I say they're good eating, they're okay eating.
Yeah. Big mouth cod.
Murray cod.
Yeah.
That's one fish I wouldn't mind getting stuck into as Murray cod.
Yeah, they reckon.
They're on the rise again, those things. You see the photos from back in the day, the black and white photos, 2 meters long. Imagine that thing coming out of the water at you. Oh, that's a unit of a fish. But it's good that they're on the improve.
They're like the freshwater version of a barra.
But how good is it? The young fella's fishing again.
Yeah.
Hey? And as soon as he gets that cast off his foot, we'll get him back in the water.
I think he's going next week to possibly get it off, so hopefully that's all going to happen. Look at the size of them fucking things.
Yeah, I know. Massive, eh?
That's at least 2 meters, that one.
Imagine the size of the
Holy, that'd be over 2 meters.
Absolutely, that's over 2 meters. That's like damn near a 3 meter fish.
1910.
Well over 6 foot long.
Murray, Echuca, 1910.
Far out.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so he's getting his cast off, is he?
Oh, maybe. Hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we'll get him back in the water.
Yep.
Go for a dive as soon as this weather clears up.
Yep, so we just got to get this podcast Royale out of the way this weekend. So if you're heading there, make sure you come out of your way and say good day to us.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
don't be shy.
Don't be shy because
say hello to Jai.
the only thing is when people listen to podcasts, they know everything about you, but they rock up and then they're like, "Hey Taz, you cunt."
Yeah,
like,
I know.
Oh,
I noticed that too when we went to that bull ride. Everyone's like, g'day, you're Taz the fucking banana farmer cunt. I'm like, I'd crack you if you took. And then after a while, I was like, I get it. Yeah, okay, it makes sense now.
We don't get out much.
No, we really don't.
That's the other podcast. No.
Yeah, that is the other podcast.
But
yeah.
We don't get to go to places where people that might know us are. So.
Yeah. Introduce yourself first and then call us a cunt. Do you know what I mean?
Right?
Yeah.
People walk up to you and say, "Oh, what are you doing, you fuckhead?"
Yeah.
Like, hi.
And remember, like, we've been doing a lot of training, so we're basically coiled cobras, so you've got to come at us from the right angle.
Right angle cabinets.
Right angle cabinets.
Right angle cabinets.
Right angle. Anyway.
So you know what to do.
See Mark and the crew.
Because they know what to do.
Servicing all the cans, arrest NQ.
Located in Gordonvale.
North Innisfail.
The cabinets off the rail.
Their prices are on sale.
If you want a bitchin' kitchen
or just flex with a desk.
Do the right angle cabinets.
And they will sort the rest.
Right angle cabinets.
I like that. That was good. That was very good. Now that we can't copyright anything.
Yeah.
Assholes.
So yeah, go see Mark and the team and the crew and the
and they'll sort you out.
One too.
Yeah, indeed. Who else we got to put a shout out to?
And we've also got to make him busy because he reckons we're not fucking making him busy.
Yeah, but I mean, he literally hasn't advertised with anybody else, and he's booked up until September next year.
Yeah, it's not his workmanship.
Might be September this year, but anyway, same.
It's all the ads.
And speaking of the wheels that keep turning for us, or the people that keep the wheels turning for us, Coastal Marine.
Coastal Marine and Outdoors.
Joel and the boys here in Innisfail. Yeah. If you've got anything boating, camping, fishing, hunting that you need,
if you like,
come and see them.
I honestly can say Mercury Outboards are fucking the best outboard I've ever owned.
Ooh, that's a big call.
Yeah,
you reckon?
Yep.
They're good, aren't they?
Yeah. You can't fold them. And yeah, like I said, if you're in an area and that's the only dealer, you should really stick with that dealer anyway to get you back up in your service because it's just a pain in the ass to fucking travel and go to these other places to get your servicing done.
But the best part about Joel and his mullet-wearing mechanics is they'll do all the engines. Doesn't matter what it is. So if you're on the way up the Cape and you want to stop before you kind of get too far out in the sticks, come and see him.
Yep, before you hit the Palmerston.
That's exactly right.
Yep.
Get everything you need here. Head on up the hill. Dogs, if you're hunting with dogs, he's got breastplates. He's got GPS, training collars, all that sort of stuff. Bit of archery gear, firearms, thermal gear.
He's got it all. Spotlights
and Stacer boats. Stacer boats are Mercury outboards. So
that's all you need.
That's exactly right.
It's your one-stop shop.
One-stop shop.
Yeah. So Coastal Marine and Outdoors, www.coastalmarine.com.
.au or is it a net? Is it an org? It's an org.
Oh, remember?
Yeah, we talked about this.
So .org.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
Done.
All right, let's get out of here.
I reckon we're out of here, bro. I might go
All
and
right.
go to bed for a bit.
So make sure you got to come say good day to us.
We'll
down
see
at
you
the
in
podcast
about
Royale.
5 days at the podcast.
Are you
Well, I won't
nervous?
see
Are you
you.
nervous?
Hey?
Are you nervous?
Not really, eh?
I am.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, fair.
7,000 people. What the fuck?
Well, I won't see him though. It'll be loud.
Hey, you fuck. If you're not nervous, you're fucking lying.
Yeah, I'll probably get a little bit more nervous closer too.
They reckon the walkthrough, that's where you get nervous because you're walking through the whole building and all that the day before.
Yeah, but I literally won't be able to see anyone.
Yeah.
It's just take.
Oh, no, the way you
eyesight out.
trained this morning.
Oh, I'm going to get cleaned up straight away.
So just check out the video we put up. It should already be up. All right.
All right, we're out of here.
Touru, everyone.
Catch us.